اللهم-اكْفِنِي بِحَلَالِكَ عَنْ حَرَامِكَ وَأَغْنِنِي بِفَضْلِكَ عَمَّنْ سِوَاكَ.
O Allah, suffice me with what you have allowed instead of what you have forbidden, and make me independent of all others besides you.
What a powerful dua. Make the dua. Oh Allah, halal, let it be beautified for me. Let me be content with halal so that I never go into haram. Protect me from haram. Strengthen me. Oh Allah, create a barrier every time I plan to sin. Create a miraculous barrier that I just don't sin. Sometimes you plan to do something wrong and then something happens and you couldn't make it. That was Allah, His gift for you. He didn't want you to do it. It wasn't worth it. That's why when a mu'min falls into sin, he feels within himself, you know what? I shouldn't have done this. It's a good sign. I shouldn't have done this. But if someone has no belief at all, they can sin once and twice. For them, it's not even a sin. What are you calling that a sin? We don't even believe it's a sin. Why? Because they're not believers at all. It's their life. But for us as believers, what's the sign that you're conscious of Allah? A sign that you're conscious of Allah is your regret when you do the wrong thing and your happiness when He accepts you to do the right thing. I always believe, and it is a fact, it is taught to us by Allah and it is taught to us by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah is in absolute control of everything, including your hearts.
Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was sitting with the Sahaba. And then he put his head on his forehead and he looked at the sky and said, Subhanallah, what a stern warning has been revealed tonight. The narrator of the hadith said, we were so worried and so scared. Next day, now notice, at that time, nobody asked anything. The next day, they said, Ya Rasulullah, what is that stern warning that was revealed yesterday? He said, by the one who's the soul of Muhammad in his hands, if someone dies fi sabilillah, then he came back and dies fi sabilillah, and he has a debt, he will not enter Jannah until the debt is paid. Debt. We take the matters of debt very lightly. And I'm not talking about debt with riba. That's a completely different story. Regular debt. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was asked to come and pray for janazah. He said, does this man have any debt? They said, 2 dinar, Ya Rasulullah. 2 dinar. He said, alayhi salatu wassalam, sallu ala sahibikum. Pray on your brother. That means he's not going to pray on someone who has a debt. 2 dinar. Abu Qatada, radiyallahu anh, said, Ya Rasulullah, I'll take care of it. Please, we all know for Rasulullah to pray janazah on somebody, this is like a dream. Look how much they loved each other. Please, Ya Rasulullah, pray on him. I'll take care of the debt, 2 dinar. So Rasulullah prayed. The next day, Ya Abu Qatada, did you pay the debt? Ya Rasulullah, it's not even 24 hours. He said, make sure you pay the debt. Next day, Ya Abu Qatada, did you pay the debt? He said, yes, Ya Rasulullah. He said, now his skin is cool. Third hadith, Sahih Muslim. يغفر للشهيد. Shaheed, all his sins are forgiven except debt. All his sins are forgiven except debt. Now, Ya Akhwan, there's nothing wrong with borrowing money, as long as 2 conditions. Number 1, you're borrowing it for a halal cause. Number 2, you're borrowing it with the intention to pay it off, to pay it back. Some people borrow money with the intention, with the mindset, I'm not paying it back. And you know what's the funny excuse is? The guy is rich. Who told you if the person you borrowed money from is rich, that means he does not care about that $1,000 or $2,000 that you borrowed? So Rasulullah ﷺ said, whomsoever borrow money with the intention to pay it back, Allah will help him pay it back. Now let's come to the dua. First narrated by Ali and the second by Mu'adh. There will be two du'as. One light and short, and the other one is a little bit long. The first one, a man came to Ali radiallahu anh and said, Ya Ameer al-Mu'mineen, I made a contract with my master, he's a slave, to pay off my debt, but I cannot do it anymore. Can you help me? He said, I'm going to teach you what I heard from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, a dua, whomsoever says it, even if have the mountain of Seer, it's a mountain in Yemen, huge mountain, even if the debt as big as the mountain of Seer, will taken care of. What is that dua, Ya Ali?
اللهم اكفني بحلالك عن حرامك وأغنني بفضلك عمن سواك.
O Allah, suffice me with what you have allowed instead of what you have forbidden, and make me independent of all others besides you.
اللهم أكفني بحلالك عن حرامك وأغنني بفضلك عمن سواك. Ya Allah, suffice me with your halal instead of your haram, and make me need no one else other than you.
It was narrated that Abu Wa'il said, a man came to Ali radiyallahu anhu and said, O Amir al-Mu'mineen, I am unable to pay off my contract of manumission. Help me. Ali radiallahu anhu said, shall I not tell you some words that the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught me? Then, if you owe debt as great as Mount Seer in dinars, Allah pay it off for you? He said, yes, indeed. He said, say,
اللهم اكفني بحلالك عن حرامك وأغنني بفضلك عمن سواك.
O Allah, suffice me with what you have allowed instead of what you have forbidden, and make me independent of all others besides you.